As I strolled into another day of Mrs. Taylor's classroom, looking my absolute best, dressed to impress, little did I know that this day, September 12th, 2008, would become a sticky notepad forever glued to my brain. The class had been reading Night by Holocaust survivor Eli Wiesel, and the teacher, Mrs. Taylor, had prepared a lesson to go along with our reading. After calling the roll, she quickly commenced with that day's lesson. She first asked the class to name as many problems that we could think of that were greatly impacting the world we live in today. Without hesitation, students raised their hands and shouted out everything from poverty to AIDS to world hunger. Afterwards, the whole entire board was covered in blue marker. She then asked the class to pick 10 of those problems and write each one in a box on the first column on our sheet of paper. Next to that box, we were to rate on a scale of 0 to 5 how catastrophic we thought each problem was, 5 being very catastrophic. Next to that box was another column where we were to rate on that same scale of 0 to 5. How much did we know about each specific problem? 5 being very knowledgeable. And on that last column on that sheet of paper, we were to rate on that same scale of 0 to 5. What had we done to combat each specific problem? And after writing 4s and 5s in the first 2 columns, I, Ladarian Lilly, wrote 0 after 0 after 0 next to every single problem on that sheet of paper, for I had done absolutely nothing. The Ladarian back in 2008, like so many adolescents in today's society, often become victims of the beliefs permeated in their minds that they are too young to make a difference, too insignificant for their voices to be heard, or simply too cool to display the characteristics of servant leadership, becoming nothing more than the stereotypes labeled on their foreheads, illustrating lazy, selfish teen. On that Friday, September 12, 2008, I made a commitment with myself that I would no longer be a victim of those negative stereotypes. And because of that commitment, my age has definitely played a positive role in my servant leadership, inspiring my peers and instilling in me the passion to diminish those negative stereotypes. A recent study by Stanford University states that in choosing a course of action, teenagers are more apt to acting selfishly. Their results even concluded that it was absolutely natural due to certain hormones affecting the brain. As a teenager, I've committed myself to proving their studies wrong. And as the president and founder of my school's organization, Cougars Fighting AIDS, I've been able to do just that. Within a few weeks, the organization grew from 10 members to over 30 student leaders with common goals towards serving our communities. Our age weren't a hindrance in our servant leadership, but it inspired our peers to become servant leaders. The more I've made serving others a part of my everyday life, the more I've been able to replenish my selfish habits with characteristics of servant leadership. I further display these characteristics as a passionate member of my school's Key Club. Every month I have the amazing opportunity in serving the mentally handicapped at my school, further teaching me compassion, love, and humility, characteristics that are slowly diminishing in today's society. Approximately 3 years ago, September 12th, 2008, I realized that I had a voice. And over the years, I've come to realize that my voice at the age of 15 could have been just as powerful as my voice now at the age of 18. But I could not let my age be a hindrance in my servant leadership. I could not let my age negatively impact my willingness to lead, but instead use my age to further inspire my peers, further helping me become a servant leadership, and forever fostering in me the desire to never cease serving my community. Thank you.